I hate when people use the incorrect pronunciation in a word. Like how you would use lesbian, gay, and bisexual. Like if you use the gay in the term of you liking another male, that is correct. If you use lesbian and you liking another female, that is correct. You can't use it into meaning that you like the same gender for both of them. No, that's incorrect. Lesbian means that you like females. Gay means you like males. It's like how you incorrectly misconstrued a religion. That is incorrect. Like mispronouncing like a religion name or mispronunciation of mispronunciation of words. And if a person wanna like use a label or a title for like their couple last names, do that if you want to, but use the correct pronunciation of the word or the senses and look inside the dictionary because the dictionary is wrong. Because literally, I can go on a tirade about how long the dictionary is with words, and like how people use mumbling as a different term of analogy, when mumbling is supposed to be used in the terminology of you don't understand what they say. That is the correct term of analogy of mumbling. Mumbling means you don't understand the terms, the words, or what's you don't understand what's coming out of their mouth at all. Using it incorrectly if you do understand what's coming out of their mouth. If you don't understand what's coming out of their mouth, yeah, and that would be the correct pronunciation of the word. You can't use the word incorrectly without knowing the meaning of the word. If you don't know the meaning of the word, look it up in a dictionary. I'm not even looking at the full screen. I'm just passing by it. If you want to look up the correct terminology of a word, go to the dictionary before you go to me. What? I don't know the full correct terminology of all words. I just know the correct terminology of some words. And sometimes I can guess the correct terminology. But certain people can guess the correct terminology in certain words because it's not that difficult to correct terminology. But never misuse a word. If you try and get the correct terminology of a word. because some people who use the incorrect terminology sometimes irritate me. And like, video recording people is actually illegal without their permission, or without their parent permission. If they are a kid, if they are a minor, it's illegal to record them without their parents' permission. But it's not. It's illegal to record a minor without their parents' permission or their legal guardians. It should be certified. Because you have some kids that won't call a person their parents, even if they their guardian. They won't count them as their parent. Even if they're adult, you sometimes have to get their guardian's permission to record them. Even if you're a teacher or a student, if you are a student and they're their friends, sometimes getting their parents' permission is probably easy. But I would get their parents' permission first before recording them or before doing all that stuff. But if they're gonna make you do something dangerous, probably record them or report them. Recording them can actually help you out if you're in a dangerous type situation of them putting you in trouble or getting you in trouble. Or if they trouble kids that have a few run-ins. Sometimes recording their voice can actually be a good thing. And taking pictures of them without their parents or their permission is still illegal. You can't do that without their or their parents' permission, which should be classified as guardian permission. Because you do have some kids who wouldn't count their guardian as their parent, which a guardian is basically another form of saying parent, without using the word parent. Because you have some kids who don't like their guardian so much that they won't call their guardian their parent. Or misses their parents so much that they legit won't call nobody else, even if their mom or dad be like, yeah, you can call them your parent. Because sometimes they be in the shock and mood of be like, I won't call you dad, I won't call you mom. When I miss my dad and my mom. And it's been proven by science that most of that will happen. And don't force a kid to call you their dad or their mom. Slowly ensure the kid is in a safe environment where they are loved and cared for enough, and where you're accepting them for not calling you mom or dad. Because sometimes they want their actual parents, their blood-related parents. So, don't force the kid to be like calling you parents. That's basically like calling them out their names if you're forcing them to call you your parent, or giving them a different name than their actual parents gave them. Think about it this way. Would you like to be called out your name if someone becomes the guardian of you? Think of it like that. When when you become a guardian or when you become like a friend of someone, you can't call them out their names. So why would they call you out your name? I know I'm going to tirade about like explaining stuff, but this is basically the same thing as like I don't like people mistreating the words of analogies. I do not like it. Because sometimes it irritates me on the point where they could use the correct term and the correct analogy of the word, but they don't want to. Because they want to misread the words, leaving you confused if they were trying to do it on purpose or if they just did it on accident without knowing that they did it on accident. Like misusing your name. You can misuse somebody's name on accident, but you could ask the person what is their name or who are they. It's not always bad to ask the person their name. I don't remember everybody in my head names because literally sometimes it's hard for me to remember names. I'm better with faces instead of names. Because like names are sometimes confusing for me and sometimes complicated to have friends. It's sometimes complicated to have friends or families sometimes around you. Even when you have a whole bunch of family members. And sometimes, like, this is fully off topic, but really, I don't want to mispronounce someone's name, and I don't like mispronunciation all the time. So sometimes I'll be like, "Are you down?" So that's why I would be like, "What's your name again?" Because sometimes I have to rehear it and combine it with something else I heard at one point in time. And sometimes it's easier for me to remember somebody's name by either personalities or combining their name with something else. Sometimes it feels like I act differently in front of people. I don't try to act differently. It's just like my body, like my mind automatically clicks and be like, act different. My body be like forcing me to act differently in front of people. Like I have no choice in the matter of what do I do. Do I act differently or do I not act differently? I don't have a choice. My body forced me to act differently. I can be all giggly and smiley and stuff like that, but my body would be like, yeah, you probably want to act different. And I don't try to act different. It's just my normal body temperature and my own mindset would be like, act different. Like, my whole mindset is out of whack. It'd be like, act different in front of this person. Act different in front of this person. I can't help it. When I'm in school or when I'm at home or when I'm by myself, I act different. Sometimes it's not a demand, but it's just I act different, like everybody else. See ya. Talk to you later. Good morning, good night, and good afternoon. Bye bye.